to talk about range a little bit and crashing and entering into different ranges. So we'll go back a little bit into old school stuff of kind of covering the head. This is very Keysi fighting method. This is very defense labby. Covering the head in order to then get into it nice and tight. And here's like using elbows, headbutts, etc. Okay? So this is a really good way of just crashing and entering, okay? So it's kind of crossing the bridge in between, I'm out here at kicking or punching range, and then I want to be all the way in to this kind of range where I can start using elbows and headbutts and things like that, okay? But it's how I get from that range. If I just walk forward, I'm going to get bashed. Okay, so I need to do it in an intelligent manner. So the first thing we're going to do is just have this instinctual reflex of putting the hands on the head, okay? It's called loads of different things, it's called like shape 1, it's called like pensador, thinking man kind of shape, but basically it's an instinct where people put their hands up where they don't want to get hit. You kind of get hit and you go, ugh, I don't like it. But there's a couple of different ways you can do it. So if Steve hits me, I just put my hands up, okay? So I take the brunt of the impact then on the forearms rather than taking it into the head and the face, okay? So we're protecting like the computer system and all the knockout points where I then go to sleep. So we're just taking the brunt of the impact here, okay? So we're going to do this a couple of times. So how you do it, I don't mind. People put the hand on the back like this, people put the hand on the front, do whatever feels best for you, okay? It needs to be kind of instinctual. So the hands are already going to be up in this kind of passive stance. We don't want fists because it already looks aggressive. We want open hands in this kind of passive, calm down kind of manner. Then whenever Steve hits, I just put my hands on my head, okay? Very basic form, it's just covering. So I'm just taking the brunt of the impact on the forearms instead of taking it to my mush. No good. Then, as we start getting into it more and more, maybe sway a little bit for me. Wait for it. So, as we start getting into it more and more, as he hits, then I come forward and I start using the elbows a little bit more aggressively. So I start looking to spike it in the chest, spike the face, and just get a bit of an impact on it instead. Okay? But for now, what I want you to do is I want you to work just a straight shot so it comes all the way through, like a jabber across. Hit. And you're covering up. I want you to work round shots as well. So he goes one way, I turn into it. Then he goes the other way, and I turn into it. Okay? That's as simple as that. So we're just going to do a 2-minute round, move around a little bit, don't get into a rhythm that we've spoken before, like a bit of a pat cake. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Give a little bit more realism, okay? The way that you train is the way that you'll do it sometimes. So add a little bit of a push maybe first, so he can push me if he wants, he can get a bit of vertical, then I cover, then we move around a little bit, whatever he wants, he can whack me, boom, then I can boom, then I come in, okay? So all the time I'm just covering up and I'm trying to do this instinctual, hands go on the head, and I move forward. Don't worry too much about follow-up or anything at the moment, just get used to covering something and getting comfortable with that shape. And then build up the power. So start at 10%, comfortable, build up to 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, until you go, hit me as hard as you can, Steve. Hit me as hard as you can, Steve. Hit me as hard as you can, Steve. Come on! Come on! So you get all the way up to 100. Okay? And at that point, you should be able to take the brunt of the impact on your arms. Okay, so 2 minutes, then we're going to swap it over. So remember, the next person is then going to hit you, so let that go accordingly. Okay? Grab a partner, move around, guys.